I'm in Crewe, and 44 years ago, that nail bar behind me was a shop called Spin In here on Heath Street in Crewe, just down from the Lyceum Theatre. And this was a record shop I worked in 1981, one of these one of these government schemes that I did, which gave you about 6 months of work, but no guarantee of employment at the end of it. Mr. Cooley, Peter Cooley, was the manager, nice guy actually, and there was John, who was working a bit punky, and he introduced me to Bob Dylan. I'd never heard Bob Dylan in my life. And I used to play all sorts of records in the shop, just like Rare Records in Manchester. I'd worked the year before. It furthered my musical education. This shop, working in this shop did. And we had a window cleaner called Mr. Starkey. He used to come around every week, or was it every 2 weeks? I can't remember now. Anyway, he was a nice guy. We used to joke with him, and there'd be music on in the shop, and like as not, it'd be the Beatles. And he'd say things like, "Oh, they were lovely guys, lovely lads, those, weren't they? They were lovely lads. They were great lads from Liverpool. Yeah, great lads. Music was great, wasn't it?" He'd say things like that, just pass the time. Yeah, I left the shop within about a week. I read. My parents used to get the Daily Express. I read an article in the Daily Express that Ringo Starr's father, he was like a window cleaner in Crewe, had died. And of course, Ringo, you know the story. He'd walked out on Ringo when he was very young, but that was Mr. Starkey, and he'd comment about the Beatles. Isn't that funny? He was actually Ringo's dad, and I've always remembered that story. Anyway, I hope it's worth telling you. But yeah, Ringo Starr's dad cleaned up windows in Spin In